I see that you guys don't really like me talking about my relationship much here. I get ya, because I really want to talk mostly about veganism here too, which is why the thousands of posts I've done are all about veganism and animal rights. So I'm glad there's this other place, because I also really want to talk about the love of my life and talk about, you know, how happy we are and just share our love. And it's not welcome on Instagram. Cool, it's all good, guys. What is going on in the comment section of our OnlyFans posts? What is everybody doing there? Explain please.
So, OnlyFans is just another social media, but it's paid. You can choose if you wanna join OnlyFans or not.
Okay.
It's like buying Netflix, using Netflix or not.
No,
you choose. You can.
If you're not interested in Netflix?
Yeah, you can watch movies in another way.
You don't need to get mad at people who do want to get Netflix.
Yeah.
If there's a few people that love Netflix, it's like, cool, that's you, man. Do you.
And then you are complaining that James is not helping the animals in this post. What are you doing, wasting your time making this a novel? We just announced our new social media.
Just a quick
That's
post.
all.
We're doing this thing. If you want to join,
what is going
awesome.
on?
Yeah, everyone's like unfollowing and getting so upset and
making this
what?
a big thing.
We're
It's
just
not.
We're just having some fun and doing more content, not less content.
No.
Just added content.
Why you, instead of wasting your time complaining, fighting in the comments, why you don't go and do a post yourself?
Yeah.
Create a video talking about
good.
the animals, about going vegan, about a recipe, about what else?
Lots of things you can do. It is a perfectly legitimate way of making money, creating content.
I think this is interesting. I don't think it's dangerous or evil or bad or wrong. I think it's interesting. Let's just pause to take a moment to reflect on the fact that in US dollars, you could subscribe to Disney Plus for $6.99 a month. Netflix, presumably their major competition, $8.99 a month. Subscribing to James Aspey's OnlyFans, $11 per month. And I must say, his OnlyFans is quite modestly priced compared to most of the other channels, most of the other web pages on that site. Don't quite know how to put it. And I'm just including my own Patreon as an example here because it's something I've had to think about and worry about. Like, can you really ask people to donate $3 a month to support what you're doing on YouTube via Patreon in a world where Disney Plus is $6.99 a month? What can justify the prices for any of these things? Now, I would not refer to James Aspey as a dangerous or evil or harmful leader in the vegan movement. And the amounts of money we're talking about here are so modest as to be relatively harmless. It would be dangerous if you actually came to believe that posting videos of yourself eating smoothie bowls with your girlfriend were a mode of activism that was really going to change the world. If you start to think of this as real and meaningful political activism, then that becomes a dangerous delusion. And certainly between the years 2015 and 2020, we have seen the rise and fall of that dangerous delusion. However, James Aspey is currently receiving $1,342 a month on Patreon from 205 patrons. I would note the depth of disillusionment with social media activism is reflected in that someone like Vegan Gains is making a very modest, very humble $332 a month on Patreon. So for someone with an enormous audience like Vegan Gains, and you can see here the text of him really e-begging his claim that he's not making enough money from YouTube itself due to advertising and censorship restrictions. He's asking for your support, and that is the only support he's getting. We may now, in the 2020s, be shifting away from the old credulity of the audience, say 4 or 5 years ago, where people really stepped up to donate money thinking this is going to save the world, this is going to save the animals, this is going to make the decisive difference, is donating money so James Aspey can make a video on YouTube about him and his girlfriend going to a vegan restaurant, or footage of himself on vacation, swimming, working out, enjoying life. This type of lifestyle activism has been largely discredited. But even looking at the record of lifestyle activism over the last 5 years, with the most critical and incisive angle imaginable, we have to admit this is not the kind of evil represented by Tobias Leonard. I mean, Tobias Leonard and the budget of Pro-Veg International being over 3.5 million euros per year, something I addressed in a video, I'll put the link in the description, a video I still really recommend people go back and watch, titled Vegan Activism is a Scam, Millions of Dollars Wasted. Let me tell you something. The title of that video is not a joke. We're living through a period of time right now where the budget for Dr. Greger's YouTube channel is in excess of $2 million per year. Pro-Veg International, 3.5 million euros per year. These are huge amounts of money that the vegan movement can't afford. I mean, the opportunity cost, the waste, the loss. In this case, you're dealing with a really serious, really troubling moral issue, and it's attached to really dangerous delusions about what political activism is, about how we should pursue political and social change. And there are terrible consequences, seen and unseen, for the mistake the movement is making in supporting people like Tobias Leonard. Tobias Leonard, in my opinion, absolutely should be kicked out of the movement. And I've got to say, I don't feel that way at all about someone like James Aspey. I think what he's doing is kind of goofy, it's kind of silly, it's kind of counterproductive. But I'd like to imagine that most people in the audience are capable of just kind of having a laugh at it. And I think that most people are also capable of coming to their own conclusion that in a world where Disney Plus costs $6.99 a month, it is somewhat irrational to pay $11 a month to have access to someone's social media content on OnlyFans. Why do people do it? People pay much, much more than $11 a month for OnlyFans access. Well, there are two big reasons here. One of which is that you have an irrational crush on someone. You find someone attractive, you want to look at them, you want to see them naked, maybe you want to flirt with them, because OnlyFans provides people the ability to message back and forth for a price. Sure, there's that side of human nature that we're all familiar with. And the other side is, of course, that self-same delusion I've been warning about. The delusion that you are making the world a better place, that you are supporting some kind of political change. And that's why it's so important to really be clear with your audience about what it is you're selling. If you donate money to support Dr. Greger and Nutrition Facts International, what are you donating money to support? If you choose to sign up for James Aspey's OnlyFans, are you paying for activism? Are you paying for outcomes? Are you paying for results? Or are you paying for pornography? And if it's just pornography at this point, all I've got to say is, hey, fair enough. No one's going to criticize James Aspey for producing bad pornography. But the question we have to ask ourselves in 2020 is this: is veganism a bad social movement?
If you ask me why I make YouTube videos, I'd probably say because it's fun and it helps people and it's some kind of creative outlet. But in reality, a big part of why I'm a YouTuber is because I secretly love the money, the fame, and the social status that it gives me.
Is this cute right now? Should I just take this off?